So I am excited that you are watching this and hopeful that you're going to find this series to be very forming for you personally and helpful in your small group. So this past Sunday, I preached out of Exodus chapter 1. And I mentioned that I'm excited about this series because it's so loaded with such good stuff. And then started to march you down through Exodus, all of the first chapter, which is setting the stage for everything that's going to follow. And I said that there are at least 6 reasons that you ought to be studying this. 3, which I said you can come up with on your own. 1, it's an inspirational story. It's got all these great smaller stories that are a part of it, and so it's fun to read them again, or to read them for the first time, or to read them for the first time as adults and to understand all that's going on. Secondly, it's the Word of God, and so we are expected, required, commanded to study the Word of God so that we can rightly present ourselves as workmen who are approved unto God, who have no need to be ashamed. And then third, I said it's history, and so it's important to just understand it. And then I went on and I said there's 3 other reasons you ought to study it. The first one is because this is a book that is our story. It is our origin story. It is helping us understand how we got here. And I said, went on for a little while, that it's not just our story as Christians, and it's not just the story, the origin story for Jews. It's the origin story in many ways for Western civilization, and we live in this weird world now, right? Western, educated, industrialized, rich, and democratic. Those are the countries that are shaping things. And so this is sort of ground zero, along with the Greek philosophers and the Romans, the Hebrews and the Jews and the Christians marrying together with the Greeks and the Romans give us what is known as Western civilization. And so this is our origin story, and we've got to understand it. Secondly, I said, a second reason that we need to keep reading this is because it's not just our origin story. This is also a source of stability in a world that is unstable. The Jews have defied the odds more so than virtually any other people. I don't know who they would be who have survived in the face of just overwhelming odds and obstacles and persecution. And this is sort of the convening text for the Jews. And so in a world where, wow, there's so much instability and so much of culture is unraveling, it's helpful to go back and look at a foundational document for a people that survive. And then the third reason I said is you need to look at this because this points to Jesus, and it helps tie together the Old Testament and the New Testament, and it helps us understand the unfolding drama of redemption and the gospel. And there's so many ways that this thing pops for us. So I'm excited for you as you begin in this study of the book of Exodus. Have a great study.